Imagine being able to remember every single day of your life, every meal you've ever eaten, every outfit you've ever worn, every single conversation you've ever had, and never, ever being able to forget any of it. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, right? But for a woman named Jill Price, this is her everyday reality. She was the very first person ever diagnosed with a condition known as HSAM, or Highly Superior Autobiographical Memory. Her life is a continuous, unbroken stream of memories, a constant reel of her past playing in her mind. The story really begins back in the year 2000. Jill Price, feeling overwhelmed by her relentless memory, decided to reach out to neuroscientists at the University of California, Irvine. She sent an email to Dr. James McGaugh, a leading memory researcher, with a desperate plea for help. In her email, she explained something that sounded completely unbelievable. She could recall, in vivid detail, every single day of her life since she was 14 years old, starting around 1980. She wasn't just talking about major life events, she meant everything. To prove her point, she said, "Give me any date since 1980 and I'll tell you what I was doing." The researchers were understandably skeptical. It sounded too good to be true. So they put her to the test. They would throw out a random date, say April 4th, 1982. And without a moment's hesitation, Jill could tell them exactly where she was, what she was doing that day, what the weather was like, and even significant public events that happened on that specific day. She remembered what was on TV, what she had for dinner, and the small, mundane details that most of us forget within hours. To verify her claims, the researchers cross-referenced her memories with her personal diaries, which she had kept meticulously for years, as well as with historical news records. Time and time again, her accuracy was astonishingly, almost perfectly correct. This wasn't just a good memory, it was something else entirely. The scientists had never encountered anything like it. At first, they thought it might be a trick, perhaps some kind of elaborate mnemonic system. But after extensive testing, they ruled that out. Jill Price's memory was genuinely, biologically different. She was the first documented case of what they would eventually name HSAM. On the surface, having a memory like this sounds like the ultimate superpower. Imagine never needing to study for a history test again, or being able to recall every happy moment with your loved ones with perfect clarity. It's like having a personal, high-definition recording of your entire life. But for Jill, this incredible ability has a dark side. In her own words, it's also a curse. She describes her life as being trapped in the past, unable to escape from the relentless flood of memories. While she can relive the happiest moments of her life with the same joy she felt at the time, she also relives the worst moments with the same raw pain. Every argument, every heartbreak, every moment of grief or embarrassment feels as fresh and immediate as the day it happened. There is no fading, no softening of the edges that time usually provides. Her mind replays these painful events over and over again, like a movie she is forced to watch on a loop, with no power to press stop. She once described it as a running movie that never stops. The past isn't just a memory for her. It's a constant, parallel reality that she lives in every single day. This led scientists to ask the big question, what is happening inside her brain? To find out, they put her through a series of brain scans, hoping to find a clue. And they did. The scans revealed that certain areas of Jill's brain were structurally different from the average person's. Specifically, regions that are heavily involved in memory and emotion, like the amygdala and the hippocampus, were significantly larger. The amygdala, in particular, is linked to how we process emotions, which might explain why her memories are so emotionally charged and vivid. Furthermore, they found that the connections between her frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for reasoning and organization, and the hippocampus were much stronger. It suggested that her brain was wired for incredibly efficient memory retrieval. But it wasn't just about brain structure. Researchers also observed that people with HSAM, like Jill, engage in a unique cognitive behavior. They spend a significant amount of time consciously revisiting their past, almost like they are constantly curating and organizing their mental library of memories. It's a habit that seems to reinforce the memories, making them even stronger over time. After Jill Price's case became public, something amazing happened. Other people started coming forward, claiming to have the same ability. Over the years, researchers have identified and confirmed around 60 individuals worldwide with HSAM. Each one of them possesses this extraordinary ability to recall the vast majority of the personal events of their lives, day by day, year after year. While each person's experience with it is unique, they all share that same fundamental, uncanny connection to their past. The discovery of these other individuals proved that Jill wasn't just a one-off anomaly. HSAM was a real, albeit incredibly rare, neurological phenomenon. Most of us go through life wishing we had a better memory. We forget names, appointments, where we put our keys. We struggle to recall the details of happy vacations or important conversations. But Jill Price's story makes you wonder. Maybe forgetting is a crucial part of being human. Maybe the ability to let go of the past, to have painful memories fade and soften over time, is what allows us to move forward and keeps us sane. Jill once described her own experience perfectly. It is like I have a split screen in my head. One side is the present, and the other side is the past, and both are always playing. For her, time doesn't really heal all wounds because the wounds never become old. Every day of her past still exists, perfectly preserved in her mind, as accessible as yesterday. Her story is a profound and moving exploration of the nature of memory, identity, and time itself. And it all began with one woman who sent an email, a woman who simply couldn't forget. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into incredible true stories. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is a perfect memory a gift or a curse? We'll see you in the next one.